What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chingy, and today we're going to be doing an installation of the Lowrance Hook Reveal. Before I get started, I usually will lay everything out. I got the battery, I've got what's called the Wilderness Systems through hole wiring kit, and I got it on Amazon for about 20 bucks. I can leave a link in the description for that. I've got the two plugs right here. I've got the transducer, I've got the battery harness. What you'll need is you'll need a drill and a spade bit. So I ended up having to buy one of these spade bits. It needs a 1 3/8, which is right there. Yeah, it'll tell you right here in the instructions. They're fairly easy, not too much going on. You just need to make sure you know where you want to place your plugs or your locking nuts, which are these. Next, you're going to want to locate where you want to put your graph. For me, I want it on the left side. It's just a bit more comfortable for me that way. Now that I know where I want it, I'm going to take these plugs or these locking nuts and decide where I want to place it on here. And for me, I think I want to put one of them will be right here. And that's where both the wiring for both the battery and the transducer will come out to hook into the back of your graph right there. And the other hole that I'll need to drill will be probably somewhere under the seat. Let me take this off real quick. Let's take off the seat. And these are like bungees. I think that's where the second lock nut's going to be, right there. I would like to have it up here, but the issue with that is I can't get my arm back there. So before you make any holes in there, you got to make sure you have back access to it. And right here, I for sure can reach that, but I can't reach the back of that. Definitely can't reach the back of that. And I don't know if I want to do it from the side. I think this is the best. What I'll do is I'll just put some waterproof caulking on there. Right here, underneath the Kayak, is where the transducer will be. And so what I'll do is I'm going to take the cover off, and I can show you how that'll be installed and how the wiring will go through the Kayak. And that's what it looks like when you take the cover off. When I took this off, I noticed that it didn't have a locking mechanism for holding a transducer, so I just pretty much have to go find one. And this is what I came up with. We're gonna give it a shot. Let's try it. If not, I'll just go to the hardware store, but let's try it. So what I'm gonna do, take that off, place this in there. And so you can see where the hole and the slots, these risers will line up, and I want to get it in there. I might have to make a spacer, but we'll see. Let's see if I can just go like this. Slide it down before it comes to a stop. Let's see. Okay, so it is moving a bit. That is not gonna work. That is not gonna work unless I zip tie it down. That would work. All right, let's give that a shot. That's actually what I came up with. I mean, it'll work. It's not the prettiest thing, but it'll work, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Held in place. Probably tighten this down just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and feed this transducer wiring up through the hole. There it is. Per the Wilderness Systems, it says select the mounting location and drill a 1 3/8 hole. There's my 1 3/8 spade bit. I'm gonna make a change from here to up here. I know I said I couldn't reach it, but I actually can. I barely, but I wanted this lock nut to be above the water line just in case, say, water comes on board, and I don't have to worry about it leaking between the hole and the lock nut in here, as opposed to keeping it up here as high as possible. That's going to be the only modification that I'm going to make to the install. So now I'm feeding this through to lock it on the back side. So this is what it looks like. So you'll have your rubber locking nut, rubber grommet. So that's what it looks like when it's installed. It's above the water line where I wanted it. Now to work on the second hole for the battery. This is where I wanted it. I checked the back side. There's nothing back there that would be damaged if I put a hole through it. Let's mark that. Right there, then the wires would just come up through the top into the back of the graph. So I'm gonna get that started. Let me double check before I cut. Yeah, there's nothing back there. All right. Start off with a pilot hole. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mock these lines up. So I put the battery wiring through, and I'm going to put the transducer wiring through. Kind of get an idea. Okay. When you want to put the wires through, all you have to do is cut a slit right there on both sides, and you can just feed the wires through the sides. Before you start locking everything together, you want to make sure you have your locking ring on the back side with these legs pointed away from the connectors. Alright, so all you gotta do is now get the right amount of length. Pulling it out. See how much you need to connect it. And that's the transducer. Pull some more out, whatever you need. And there's the battery. Now, next thing to do is to find out how you want to put your battery in there. This is what I did for my battery box. I just took some foam, took a box, and drilled a hole through the side so I can put the wiring through. And Here she is. She's working. Let's cover that thing up. Close her up. Now she's ready.